welcome to my program. This is the Risa Stage Fashion School. If you're just joining us for the very first time, my name is Rita Okeme, and today's episode is episode 9. We're going to be talking about how to sew your bandless straight skirts. You remember this? We talked about how to cut a straight skirt, and today we're going to sew this particular skirt. You're going to watch me. And if you are joining the very first time, please click that bell button so that you get it all the time. And my special thanks goes to all of you that have subscribed to my channel. I'm so grateful, and I promise I won't fail you. So let's go start, because there's no time, so that we'll hurry up and finish up this. Let's go. Okay, here is the skirts that we cut last time. I'm going to iron it out before I start putting them together. Here is your interface that we're going to use for the upper side, the waist area. This side that we cut out from the top. We're going to put interface there to make it look perfect. So we're going to put it on the back face. So this interface has a rough side where the gum is, and this other smooth side. So you're going to lay the rough side, which is the gummy side, to the back face of this the waist area of the skirts. So now this is the front side of the lower part of the skirts. The front side of the lower parts, we're going to iron it. Iron the zip side. We fold the zip side that we already added before, so that to enable us to put our zip. So I'm going to fold it. So this is the zip side. So I'll fold it. The line is there already. I'll fold it 1 inch. Remember, we added it for the zip allowance. So I'll use the iron to step it down. Folding the zip, you fold the down area. The down area is the bottom is like, I'm going to fold it for using 2 inches to fold it. Two inches. We cut interface about about 1 inch. And place it 1/2 inch outside of the skirt, outside, across the line which you have ironed out. Place it there. It gives your trimming, the trimming of the skirts, the down parts, a very good edge. So now I'm going to mark my darts. So let's do it at once here, so that once we get to the machine, we just start sewing. So remember that we added dart here. Actually, when you're making a dart on a skirt, the measurement for that from waist to wherever you stop is 5 inches. Is constant. It's constant from here, from waist to wherever you're stopping on the skirt is 5 inches. But on this one, because already there's something we have already cut away from here. What we cut away from here is, remember this, we actually cut the upper side away, and it was 4 inch we used. By the time we finish adding this to this place, to this down part, it will be remaining 3 inches. So let's assuming that 3 inches out of the dart is already gone. You are not going to use 5 again, because part of this up is gone. You can't be putting 5 inch as dart here any longer. It's going to look awkward. So what we'll do is that we deduct 3 inches, which is supposed to be this, after we are finished, because sewing allowance plus sewing it was 4 inches. So by the time we add it, it will be 3 inches. So we're going to deduct 5 from 3. We'll have 2 inches. However, we're going to sew in 1/2 inch here. So we require 2.5. So the length of our dart will now be 2.5. But the width where we are going to mark it depends on the person's waistline. How large or how small, that depends. So what I'm going to do now. I'm going to place this tape here like this. Like this. You can make an imaginary line so that you'll be able to go up to know where this edge where it ended. You see it ended on 9.5. So I'm going to go in by 1. Then because I will sew in 1 inch here, so I'll go in by 1. I'll have 8.5. So I'll further divide this 8.5 into 2. So I will now have 4/4. So that means 4/4 is where I'm going to mark my darts. Here, 4/4. Then I will measure my 2.5 inch. The same 4/4 again. So you join it to the up. So this is where I'm going to stop my dart here, over here. So I will do the same to this other side. Is the skirts. And first of all, sew out the darts. This is how to sew the darts on the line which I mark. This is the line. I'll pick it like this and sew 1/2 inch from top. But as I'm coming down, I'll reduce it. To have a sharp mouth. So this is the back of the, get the middle out. And you notch it so that you will join the upper side of this the upper side of this one. You join it 1/2 inch. get the middle too. Then they will mix in the middle. Now look at the way I'm going to iron it. I'm going to iron it to go this way. I will not open an iron. I will iron for it to go up. The stitch, the seam that I just ironed, I just sewed. I'll iron it to go upside. So I'm going to measure this. It's just for your to hang something you use in hanging your skirts when you want to hang it. So I usually use 2 of each. That's 24 for both sides. I'll measure 24 out, so I'll divide into 2. So you fold into 2. Just fix it by on the lining part of the dress or of the skirts. Just measure half of it. And fix it there. tack it on it. It should be there before you join this to the front, the lining of the front. So tack it around 1 inch, because I'm actually going to sew this like 1 inch, no less than 1 inch, so that the stitch will not show when you are finally joining the lining to the front. Make sure that this is inside and this is inside. Don't go and join it out. So let's put this aside. And let's fix this zip in front. And before I fix the zip, I will use I normally use this, the invisible zip to do my zip, this type of zip, so I'll get it very accurate. So this is the zip we're going to use. The zip has opening both up and down. That's the zip I was telling you about. So you can open the down, you can open up. So that's what I'm using for the skirts. So any side you want to put down, put it down, anyone can go. So before I start, I have to actually cut it open, cut the excess. You can check out the zip. Find out the one that is difficult to open more, so that you put that down and put the one that is easier to open up. So I'm putting this one down. So I'm going to cut off this excess. I will cut and stop where the so now this is the zip area. the down. I'm going to start from the down side. So I pick anyone that I like that can sew from the down, depending on the fit that is there. So look at how you're going to fix this. This zip, this side, the zipper will be facing the inside. Now you are going to keep it this way, like this way. Remember the line that we ironed. You make sure you maintain the line. You make this to fit in that line. Why your fabric is somehow closer to this zipper here, so it gets to the edge here. While I folded this, remember our folding, look at, you fix it this way so that you'll be able to make sure that, look at, this zip fits in very well. So this is the much this zip can go, and this is how I'm supposed to sew it. So I'm going to sew it from the inside, so the stitch will be inside. So what do I do now? I will now open, just look at what I will do. I will pick this zip allowance and pick this. I'll pick it. I already have where I'm supposed to start sewing, so I'll hold it tighter. You can pin it, then I'll turn it. And when I turn it, I'll make sure that my footer, the mouth, it's facing this place. So I'll start while I notch. Now I'll make sure that close. Actually unzip it from down. You have your slit here, and you can open from up. It's a type of zip, a special type of zip for you to. You can open it as much as you like, anyhow you like it. So, but now we have to close up with the lining. So if you notice, I'm yet to close this place. I'm not closing it here because you can see it's longer than the skirt. I will cut it off, then I will close it. So, but for now, I have to do the lining first before I start doing that. So the next thing is to fix the lining. So fixing the lining, you first of all go to the down and join it down. You join it together and sew it. I'm not going to remove the fritz. yet. Until I close the lining with the dress around the zip area. So I'm going to iron now that I've finished sewing it inside the lining. I'll open and iron the stitches so that everything will relax. Open and iron. When you finish, turn it. Turn it. First of all, iron the lining parts inside. To make it relax the sides, open up the sides. On this skirts, you can see everywhere is already closed except the waist area. And this waist area, we're actually going to sew it from inside. So what are we going to do? We're going to make sure that we go inside, look for a comfortable place that we can still loose. From there, we will go inside the lining, because if we try to close this, there's no place we are going to close. We want to sew it inside. So we're going to go inside. We'll look for the appropriate place where it's comfortable for us. We'll lose it. We'll lose one of the sides of the lining. One of the sides. We'll lose it. Lose somewhere where you can actually go inside. Just lose the side, one of the side of the line. You won't lose it completely. Just lose a little, some few inches, like maybe 6 inches or 7. So that from here, you can actually go inside, sew the waist, then turn your fabric from here, then you close up this place later on from outside. The side. So I can go in from here and turn my fabric, the whole skirt. I'll tuck it out from this side so that I can sew the waist area. And tuck out my skirts. As you can see, I've tucked it out from there. Then I'll now sew it from here. So I'll open up the zip now, because from here I'm going to start turning the skirt. From here I'll start turning the skirts. So I'll open it up. This is this time for me to now cut away my excess zip. The moment I want to start sewing in this waist, I may have to cut out this. You must cut out this excess zip out. So let's go to the machine so we can sew this. So I'm about starting to sew it. So I'll sew it half inch. Don't sew it up to half inch, just sew like quarter. If you make it half inch, it will even expand your waist. Now, I will go back to where I opened to turn the skirts. And this is the place we opened. I will first of all check it out. If everything is okay, then I'll close that place finally. We'll check this zip side if it's equal to the other one. So that's it's not equal, we go in again and make it equal. So we can actually check the waist if we got it right. You know, I deducted 2 inches from the waist. So you can see we have 13/4 here. That's 26 and a half. It's supposed to be 26, right? So but what we're going to do, by the time we iron out this place, we will now top stitch. By the time we top stitch, it's going to shrink the fabric a little, so I will get the accurate measurements. You can see your bandless skirts. You can see it. Why actually it's called bandless skirt, because you can see you are not attaching any band on the waist. You are not attaching any band on the waist. It's bandless, no band. Everything is cut to shape with the fabric. On the fabric, and then let's go and iron so that we'll do the finishing touches. The waist area, spread out the lining and the Ankara while you're ironing so that you open up open up your stitch area. So when you open up your stitch area, look at what I'm going to do. I will iron for it to relax more, but pushing in the fabric. I'll try pushing in the fabric, the lining more inside, while this fabric is showing at the tip inside the back face, so that the lining will not show in the front face. I'll finish ironing the waist side. There's something else we're going to do to make sure that the down of this folded area won't be shifting out. We're going to use a tacking gum. We'll use a tacking gum this to hold it down. Hold down this fabric and the lining together, so that it will not be opening, and then somehow this line will shift away from the original line. So we are going to stick this inside while our inside is still opened. We have to start sticking it. You stick it, just put it, you can put it randomly, not everywhere. You can put it in between. Now you have to put it in between the lining and in between here, the lining and this, where these two lines join, so that it will also hold down the lining. So you stick it. I'm putting one at the back area. That's the middle of the back area. Then I'll put by the side, the two sides. Top stitch the waist area. That's our final touch. Please, anytime you finish sewing your dress, make sure you cut all the threads out to leave a good finishing on your clothes. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you get it. I hope you understood everything that we did today. If you didn't, please drop your comments on the comment box. I will respond to it. And those of you that are just watching us for the very first time, remember to follow us episode by episode. Start from episode 1. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And those of you that have been with us, thank you so much. It's bye for me now. Bye.